I'm not anymore. It is what it
Exactly.
is. So
I feel special.
you are special. I've been telling you that for a long time now. So Kel, talk to me. I'm curious just to hear kind of from you what's going on in the real estate space.
We're seeing here in Colorado Springs, days on market, getting back to maybe more of a normal category than they were because it was crazy there for a while. And prices, though, are coming back down. We had quite a spike in pricing
Well,
here.
you're seeing them coming back down.
Oh, absolutely. My friend has one on the market, 750 price range. She's dropped it by 100,000 and still no bites.
Wow.
We have one 650 that I've dropped to 598 with 2% buyer concession, still no bites.
Well, also too, because of the mortgage, the interest rates now are at 7%.
Horrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's done what it was supposed to do. It slowed down the economy.
Yeah. And so you're not seeing, correct me if I'm wrong, you're not seeing as many listings, or the real estate agents in your neck of the woods are not seeing as many listings as they were 6, 9, 12 months ago.
Actually, our quantity has come up. So our volume, we were seriously under inventoried there for a while, which is what pushed our prices up. We have more listings, but days on market is longer and the buyers have just about disappeared.
Okay, so go back again. So you're seeing more listings on the market, right?
Right,
Days on the market are longer, yes,
right, right,
and the buyers are few and far between.
right.
And who's buying the real estate?
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Wow.
Folks
Wow.
that have to, the moving because of a job or some reason.
Jeez.
Yeah, so and I'm hearing that everywhere. I went to an EXP conference 2 weeks ago, and every realtor you're talking about, almost to a T, are hearing the same things. In a few markets, it's not dropping quite as quickly as
When did the
others.
Kelly? When was the last time? I don't remember. Hi, Drew. If you could hear me, uh,
Hi, Bob. Yep.
how are you, buddy? When was the last time you've seen this happen?
It's cyclical. It rotates.
But not for a while. We haven't seen this 5 years.
Well, no longer than that, probably, where we've had the price drops themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been longer than 5 years. 2008 for sure. We saw it in spades in certain markets. Um, it wasn't near as bad here in Colorado as it was in some of the other markets.
Wow. 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 So, hey, Drew, what's happening in your neck of the woods? Same thing?
A seller refused to drop from 900 to 850 and said he wants to fire me today. 10 minutes
Exactly.
ago. He refuses to see the truth. He's got a big ego.
And how long has his home been on the market?
25 days.
And obviously, he expected to sell it right away.
Probably.
Let me ask you, Drew. Let me ask you this:
Sure.
Did you just meet this guy 25 days ago?
I knew this guy for 20 years.
Okay, and I'm just curious about this.
Okay.
Have you approached him, let's say 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago, saying, "Hey, Mr. Homeowner, now's a good time to do this"?
He was kind of on a weekly mailer, low holding pattern, maybe someday dream home buyer. And then they found the home they wanted July 1st.
And they bought that home.
Pending selling their home.
Oh, oof. That's caught between a rock and a hard place.
Well, let me tell you what that builder did. The builder had the house listed at 1.5 million. And 1 month ago, the builder out of the blue gave us $160,000 credit, like a price reduction.
Why would he do
That's
that?
11% price reduction.
Wow.
Even though we were pending.
What was the reasoning for that?
Because they reduced the price on existing unsold new homes.
Yeah.
And they had several buyers back out of deals as the market started to drop.
So they start to panic. So let's give it away. Let's drop the price.
Yep.
Wow.
So I told
Drew, where is this located?
Auburn and Kent, Washington, about 20 miles from Seattle.
Mm, boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Yeah, I'm hearing this all over right now, and it's crazy. It just is. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about, like I've got my neighbor out in the Hamptons. Um, and obviously, the Hamptons is a luxury market, right?
Yeah.
But I'll show you guys. I think I've showed you before. This is, can you see this?
Looks all right.
I,
Nice.
it's not a big house. It's maybe 1,000 square feet, but that's the backyard, right?
Nice.
So I bought that in 1994, and I won't tell the both of you how much I paid for it. But it's probably 10 times the amount since then. But I have no intentions of selling it. If I sell it, my children will disown me. They just will. So, but what's interesting is that my neighbor sold his home not to like 3 doors over this past summer, and I think he got 1.4, 1.5, something around there. So he sold it at a good time, right? He sold it at a good time. Guys, I could tell you stories. I mean, I heard a story once this past summer. My friend Greg's girlfriend, whose ex-husband did very, very well. I think he was a bond trader or something like that. And when I bought my home that year, they bought a home on Halsey Neck in the village of Southampton, right? The village, probably the most expensive real estate in America. And they paid about 1.9 for it. It's worth about 20 million today.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good appreciation.
Is that insane? So anyway, let's I want to go through I've got 3 categories I want to talk about tonight, and some good stuff. We're recording this, so if you want to take some notes, great. If not, I'll send out the recording tomorrow. And the reason why Kelly and Drew, I kind of asked you about the market, what's going on, and so on and so forth, because every day talking to real estate agents and talking to the wise ones, as you two are, talking to the wise ones, they're saying, hey, we got to make a shift, we got to do something different, blah 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 blah. So, and I've helped a bunch of them over the last couple of weeks understand at this point where the market is, how wise or important or strategically how to develop more of a niche. Let me give you an example. So every time for most of my business career, in my 20s, I was in the dental business. I was going to be a dentist, decided not to. And then I went into the business end of dentistry, and I marketed attachments and implants. Very specific, very niche. Okay, doctor, this is how you put the implant. I was in my 20s. I was teaching them how to put implants in and then how to connect it to a crown, right? So I sold the little widgets that would go on a tooth and connect it to either a denture or a crown or whatever, but very, very, very niched, very specific, right? And then when I opened up my insurance practice, when I went independent, the name of my firm was the Senior Financial Center, income and asset protection for those 60 and better. Very specific, very, very niched. And I loved it. And I absolutely enjoyed it. I understood the senior mentality. I got certification, certified senior advisor. I wrote a book. I had a radio show called Senior Straight Talk. I was on ABC News, Eyewitness, blah, 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 blah. But I was very, very niched. So my point is Kelly, Drew, what can you do in this market to be somewhat niched, unless you're not, I just want to use the word struggling, to get more listings, right? What are you doing now? And here's why I bring this up. So I've got one real estate agent. I don't know where Chris is. Chris Bremner. Good guy. Chris does expired listings. Expireds. I remember when he sent out his first campaign, He could not handle the calls. There was so many of them that were coming in, so many of them. And Kelly, as I spoke to you, Drew, I don't think you were on last month, but
Correct.
I got this, if you could see it,
Mm-hmm.
this woman, right? But it says Karen K. Grenner, listing specialist. And I love this part because I know this part of it, probate specialist. Probate, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I used to do a lot of trusts in my insurance firm. And we did a lot of living trusts so people can avoid probate. And I also showed them how to avoid income taxes. If you ever want to learn about that, I'll show you how to do that in your business career, and you'll never have to pay another income tax in your life. That was worth the coaching call right there, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know. Just so you know. And I'll have you talk to a gentleman that would blow your mind, literally blow your mind. It's really cool stuff. So if you want to learn more, I'll put you together with Art. I don't get involved. You talk to Art and so on. So my point is, when Chris sent out his first campaign, I'll never forget, a few months back, says, Bob, I can't handle the calls. Very, very niched expired listings. If you want, let me know if you want, I could share my screen and have you listen to one of his calls. You want me to do that?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, sit tight. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, where's Chris? Where's Chris? Let's see. Oh, he's right here. Cool. Okay, let's see. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you could hear it, okay?
Hi there. Hey, are you still interested in getting top dollar offers on your home? If you are, just hear me out for 2 seconds. We're contacting you here because we saw you come off the market last month with traditional real estate. We are not another realtor. 72 Sold is an international company that entered this market about 1.5 years ago. The big problem with traditional real estate is they are looking for your buyer at the exact same time your property is sitting on the market, which is a huge mistake and creates all kinds of issues for sellers. Conversely, 72 Sold finds all of your buyers first before you're on the market, and then uses our trademarked auction-like process and single showing model to sell your home. The result is no one-off or daily showings. That's just ridiculous. The ability to stay in your home for up to 60 days after you close, the ability to pick your sale and move date, and most importantly, prices that far and away blow away anything traditional real estate can offer. Want to learn more about our better way to sell or get our higher price on your home? Just go to 72soldmn.com. That's the number, 72soldmn.com, and just put in your address. Thanks a lot and have a great day.
I know I told him I didn't really care for, directing them to the website, but okay, that's fine. I guess, it's the day and age that we live in. I thought it would be better if he could maybe leave a number, whatever, but it's fine. I thought that was a great message. It was direct. He has great posture. Like, excuse my language, like I don't give a shit. If you want my help, I'm the best. I'm the expert. Done. And I love that because I think, it's all about the posture. And posture is very important. Even when you listen to Terry, right? Kelly, you've listened. I don't know, Drew, if you've listened to Terry's message, but although she's got this Southern voice from South Carolina, she's got good posture. She's got excellent posture. His posture was very, very good. So if you want, let me know, shoot me a text or whatever. You've got my cell, both of you, and I'll send you over Chris's message. But my point to this is that I think, what's going on in this change, this shift, and it happened quick, right? And it's going to get worse, I believe, in my heart. This shift, you've got to sit back and think because you guys rode a wave. You rode a wave, and that wave was around for a while, right? It's not that way anymore. And you've got to shift a little bit. And I remember, when the market crashed in 2008, and that was rough for me in the financial world and insurance world. So I said, okay, I've got to think about this. I've got a great client base. And that's when I started bringing in and doing trusts for our clients. I brought in a lawyer, Jeffrey Blankstein, and I was the front end. He was the back end. And it was all my clients. We sent them a letter. They all started coming in. And again, I was like writing trust like crazy at, 4,000 or 5,000 a pop. It was incredible, really incredible. So, I think I think it just behooves you to think about, okay. And I'm not just saying expireds. It could be anything. Be creative, like Karen, probate specialist, whatever the case may be. It could be whatever you choose to do. So there's my little rendition on being niched. Any thoughts?
Yeah, it's absolutely a thought of mine. And Bob, I don't know if you know my business model. I'm not only a realtor, but I'm a financial advisor too.
I didn't know, Kelly. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I'm kind of burning the candle at both ends right now, and I'm too scattered, and so I need to just pick and choose where I focus. And
Are you Series 6, Series 7, RIA?
65, so securities, life insurance, real estate licensing. I got my real estate license for all the investing I was doing and the referring to my investing strategy. But then you start opportunistically picking up real estate listings, and I can give all my buyers away. But
Where do you spend most of your time?
on the financial planning business,
What about
financial planning and agent attraction. So agent attraction for real estate. So both of those pieces.
and what about life insurance?
That's part of the financial planning.
Do you have high net worth clients?
Some.
You
Most of them are in that 500 to $1 million net worth range.
You should learn more about, in fact, I went and got my insurance license again because I let it expire after I sold my practice.
Mhm.
And I went and I got it a few months ago. And I might go back in after the first of the year, but you might want to consider doing premium financing.
Yeah, and we've been playing with that in a different realm, more bank financing of premium, not necessarily premium finance.
Yeah. I love that.
On IUL, we've been playing with that.
What are your thoughts on being niche, Drew?
I have trouble with marketing that's bullshit, frankly.
Wait, say that again. Say that again.
I have trouble with marketing that's dishonest, that's bullshit. People say, oh, I specialize in Lake Sammamish condominiums. Whereas if you call them with a North Bend house on acreage, of course they'll list it. So can you do niche marketing without being full of bullshit?
Well, I don't know. Ask a neurosurgeon that. Right?
Okay,
I mean,
there's a good point to
what
is it?
Well, that's how I look at it. When people came to see me, I didn't do everything. I understood the mentality of seeing. Nobody walked in my office if they were under 60, unless their spouse was under 60. Nobody. Yeah. Nobody walked in my office. Average client age 72, 73. That's all I did. So very, very niched, very specific. And I find out that, and please take this to heart, that when you're niched, you make a lot more money. Who makes more money? The orthopedic surgeon or the general practitioner?
Yep, your surgeon.
Who makes more money? The neurosurgeon or the general practitioner? We know the answer. So, and I got a lot of that from Dan. And Kelly knows the program that I was in, the strategic coach. I learned a lot of that from Dan, being very specific, very niche. But let's go to my other chapter here. And I think it'll tie in, Drew, for a second. Drew, is that a football shirt you're wearing? Yeah. Drew?
Seattle Seahawks.
Okay. Just so you know, I'm a big Giant fan. And let me say the Giants record is 6-1, Drew.
Whoa. Oh, wait, you guys have Josh.
Josh who?
Oh, shit. He's Buffalo. I don't know who you got.
No, we've got Brian Nabel, who's a great new coach. We've got Daniel Jones, who's a warrior quarterback. We got Shaquan Barkley, who's an unbelievable running back, and we're just on fire. We haven't seen this in 13 years. So anyway, let's stop because I'll take up all of our time about football, and I want to do that. So, okay, so let's segue a second. The other thing too is, and Drew, you've got to, marketing is the lifeblood to your business. It just is. No, I don't care if you tell me, Bob, I get all my new listings from referrals. You're marketing. However you do it, you've got to have 3 to 5 irons or 3 to 5 verticals that bring in business. You just have to. Like I have Debbie Burness, you might know her, I don't know, but she's a great old school realtor in California. And she refers a lot of real estate agents to me. And she refers this guy today, Mario Ramirez. Sounded like a great guy, knew what he was doing, sharp dude. He says, yeah, we're looking for new strategies and so on and so forth. And he says, yeah, because of the changing markets, I've got to do different things and we're doing this and that. So anyway, here's my point. And I think Kelly has seen this over the months. This was one of my first, marketing pieces. I had hair. Check it out.
Wow.
One of my first marketing pieces many years ago. Can you see what's in there?
Yeah.
A cassette. That was my first real piece, right? Then I've done so many other things. I've done CDs, written a book and all that stuff. So it's not difficult today. It's not difficult to become an author. It really isn't. It's not difficult. Like I look at Karen, what she put together, and you could probably put this together in a day or two, but I'll share with you how to do it very quickly. You ready? I mean, quickly, dirt cheap. And, if you send out, and you could use this to market yourself. Drew, whether you're specialized or not, you're an author. You're an author. And Kelly, obviously in the financial world, you've got to get compliance to, do your thing. God bless you. It's one of the reasons why I got out of the business. I couldn't take it anymore. But you could very easily, guys, go to Fiverr, right? You know who Fiverr is, right?
Nope.
No.
So I can look it up.
Drew, I've used Fiverr for about 12 years now. They're a freelance platform. And years ago, everything used to be Fiverr, $5. And you can get someone to do this for $5, do this for $5. They're all like great freelancers that do everything, all different things. And you go to fiverr.com, put in what you want. So let's say, fiverr.com. So Kelly, let's say you wanted to do a book, right? And that's one of the things that Dan really pushed us to do, because he knows Dan's written tons of books. He knows once you write a book, you're looked at in a different way. You're just looked at differently, much differently. So he kind of pushed us to do that and so on and so forth. But you could very easily go to Fiverr. You could put in ebook, and you can get someone to write you an ebook about real estate. They'll do the research. Maybe it'll cost you $75 to $150. You could always take it then, go to Vistaprint, and they could print you out a book like this. Not a big deal.
You can get it that cheap?
For them to write the ebook?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How many pages is that?
It could be up to 12, 15 pages.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 to 15. And you know what the crazy thing is, Kelly? I mean, if you don't want to do anything, I mean, they'll do the research. They're really good. Some of these people are unbelievable. And within a week, you could have a nice ebook. And don't forget an ebook, it's going to be 8.5 by 11, right? But then you could take that and then you can go to Vistaprint, have a Zoom call with them and give that to them and say, I want you to make it like this. And they will do that. And now you've got your name, you know, you send them photos of you, whatever. Now you've got your name, you know, in print, you're an author. You could use it in a voicemail campaign. You know, please let me know if you'd like a copy of my free book. As soon as they hear free book, everybody wants free information. That's why, you know, that I'm sorry.
A 12 to 15 page book you think is going to pull attention?
They don't know it's 12 to 15 pages on the voicemail campaign. You're just looking for them to leave their name and number, right?
Yeah.
You're not saying, oh, by the way, my book is 12 to 15 pages. Do you still want it? You know, you're not saying that. And let me know if you would like my new book on how to sell your real estate in a high interest bearing economy, blah, 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 whatever it is, right? So they don't know that it's 12 to 15 pages. When Karen gets this out, they don't know it's how many. She's only got one, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And the back cover is 13.
Pages?
13 pages. Actually, so you got the cover 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pages. Not difficult to do that at all. You know? And remember what I said months ago, Kelly? Delegate everything except genius. Right, Drew?
Yeah.
Delegate everything except you might not be a genius at marketing, so delegate it. And just do what you do good so you could focus in on your unique ability. That's it. That's what you want to do. So I think right now in today's market, you know, two things we just talked about. One is kind of being niched, right? How can you do that? And then if you're going to be niched, maybe, you know, you put together and maybe you just leave it, Kelly, as an ebook, or you could email it to people, right? Or you make it a book like Karen did, either or.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it could be done very, very quickly, very inexpensively. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. Questions, thoughts?
I have a whole lot of podcast content that I did with a guy. I don't know, 16 different sessions. The whole intent was to take that content and morph it into a book. We got about six sessions published, and then he basically, his marketing company, he went under. So I need to go back and get all that content. It was raw and never.
How did he transcribe it?
We didn't get that job done. Right now it's in podcast. It's in sound, audio.
Okay, so write this down.
Okay.
Rev.com.
Okay.
Come here, Rosie. Rev, rev.com.
What is it?
Rev.com. Rosie wants to say hello. Say hello, Rosie, to my friends. Say hello.
Big girl.
Hi, puppy.
Rosie's a big girl. So rev.com, Kelly, you could upload all those podcasts probably for $1 each, and they'll transcribe it for you. Follow me?
I do.
So they'll transcribe it for you. So think about the logic here. Go to rev.com, upload one of the podcasts, probably cost you $1, $1.50, and all of a sudden you could get it in a Word form, right? In transcribed. Then what you do is you can go to Fiverr and give it to the people at Fiverr.
Yeah.
Done. Okay. Cool stuff. Okay. All right. Lastly, Drew, do you have this handy?
Nope.
Okay, you've gotten this. You should, you take a look at your emails.
Okay.
In fact, hold on. Let me just see something. Stay with me, guys. Hold on. Come on. Let me just see something. I'm pretty sure I did this. Let's just see here. Yeah, I sent it in the email I sent you guys on Friday, right?
Yep.
On Friday. Look how I attached it. It's attached.
Yep.
Right there. So I don't know if you saw that, but I encourage you to print it out. I know Kelly uses it. It's a pretty cool tool. I've used it for years. So let me ask this question. Let me ask you this. From 2021 into 2022, you have met with a lot of homeowners to list their homes, correct?
I wouldn't say a lot, but some, yes.
Okay. And not all of them have listed their homes, right?
Correct.
What do you do with those people?
Stay in touch.
How?
Email, calls, a monthly email with a little market info and a friendly call.
Okay. All right. Keep in mind, here's our cell phone. 99% of the people in the world have one. It's an extension of our arms. And you could either send them a voicemail message, or just so you know, I use this platform here. So when you guys get text messages from me, right, it's a platform called Slick Text. Slick Text. Okay.
Yep.
So you could put them in there. So if I wanted to send out a campaign, right, send campaigns, here they are. Come on. The bandwidth is a little slow because I'm on Zoom right now. So these are sent camp. So when I sent you guys that text the other day, right? There you go. Coaching call clients, all contents. I did it not September 27. I didn't change the date, but these messages go out. Some go out to 800 people, 900 people, but it's a great way to stay in touch and nurture the people that you've come in contact with over the last 1.5 to 2 years, and just keep dripping and nurturing and dripping and nurturing. And you could automate it. Very simple, very, very simple. You know, and the emails too, you could use gmass.co. gmass.co. It's Gmail that could send out, you know, 50, 100, 200, 300, 500,000. So good. So good.
I've been using Reach for that.
Yeah.
The app called
Yeah.
Reach. If you're
Yeah, whatever
familiar.
you want to use, that's fine. That's okay. But here's my point. My point of it is this. When you open up this tool, Drew, right? And you open it up like this, on one side is the top 20, and the other side is the farm club. So your top 20 should be, these are the top people that I feel will list with me in the next 90 days. And then the farm club are the people that you feel will list with you beyond the next 90 days. Stay in touch with them. What's the strategy, and so on and so forth. And this just keeps you up to date. It's not automated. It's old fashioned. Take the pen, write it down. You could use automation to stay in touch with them. But here it's a visual. You know what? Let me call John. This little tool, and I say it all the time, took me from 160 grand over $1 million in a very short period of time in income. And I love this tool, and it's just very, very, very powerful, very powerful. But so you combine this, a texting platform, voicemail marketing platform, different things like that. Make sense?
Okay. Yep.
Drew, I get it. You don't like to market.
So Bob, question.
Yep.
Are you finding, because I'm using a tool now called CRM Grow, and it has an email capability. And I was trying to then turn around and text. I've got a wealth summit going on where I'm bringing in 6 top realtors to talk about the changing market. And in that, I sent out an email to everyone. So I turned around to go send a text today, a week later, as an invitation to 500 people. And it kind of bounced on that without setting up some more capability in the platform. Do you find that email, text, voicemail is preferable as a kind of a drip campaign tool?
I will say, it's a great question. I get it all the time. I love leading to get new business with voicemails. And then as it comes in, I like nurturing them with text messages. Emails still work. Emails still work. And I'll share something, Kelly. I mentioned this months back. And like, for example, Drew, you might want to write this down. Your next email out. So let me finish with Kelly first. So I like, again, that process, that methodology of, leading with a voicemail, nurturing with text. There are people that I get business every week that say, Bob, you are relentless in staying in touch. And again, it's not like I'm pounding the phones. I'm using automation to do it, which is really cool. So, but I didn't understand what you said, that it bounced back. What did you mean by that?
It's the tool then requires a different kind of a setting, and you buy minutes or you buy something with the text. And I didn't get that figured out today to send that out. So I just sent the second one via email.
Yeah, texts are very powerful. I mean, the way I confirmed with you guys, I sent you an email last Friday, log in, Zoom link, and then I sent you a text on Monday, right?
Yep.
To remind you. Boom, boom.
So second question, in this system, your text and phone number is a different number than your cell phone number.
Certainly. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's the case with you too, and it's not a big deal?
Yeah, so no, not at all. So here, if you look here, they're called text words, right? So I've got a couple of I got coaching clients, I use this number. I have ERC clients or ERC market, I use this number. EXP agents, I use this number. Keller Williams agents, I use this number. Remax, roofers, solar, subscribers, window cleaners. So they see these different numbers when, but again, I address it. So when I go here, right? So if I pick a campaign, let's just pick this campaign here. So you guys are not on this, but here they always see, from Bob, blah, 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 right? So they know it's from me. So it doesn't matter. So
Okay.
I like, and I've used dozens of different texting platforms. I kind of like them. I've used them for years. So here, if I go home, I know that, in fact, this is going to be refilled. I've got like 200 credits in here I could send out still. So I'm able to do that. I like this platform. It's very simple. Very simple. All right.
Yep.
I forgot what I was going to say something to you, Drew, and I can't remember. There's something else I was going to say. I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that.
You're talking about being relentless, staying in touch.
Yeah, I'm just, it's the way I am. Until they tell me F off, I'm just at their, I'm like a Jack Russell Terrier on their ankle. I just am. I had one guy, I'm also in the ERC business. Do you know what that is?
No.
No? Drew, do you know what that is?
No.
It'll be a good little piece of knowledge to keep in the back of your mind. So the ERC program is part of the CARES Act. So when the CARES Act came out 2 years ago and all the business owners went for their PPP money, there was ERC, but they couldn't do both, right? But legislation said about a year ago, okay, Mr. Business Owner, even though you got your PPP funds, you can now apply for your ERC, Employee Retention Credit, which entitles you up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. Not a loan, doesn't need to be paid back, and it's not earmarked for anything. So let's do a little math. So Kelly, let's say you've got a business owner that has, I don't know, 25 employees, right? And let's just use an average of 20,000. That business owner has the ability to get back $500,000.
Nice.
Yep. And you earn 4% of that, which is 20 grand.
Oh, okay.
So my point is, I had one guy in the fish market in the Bronx, New York. He said, Bob, you're worse than an ambulance chaser. I said, come on, Richie, I am not. It's free money. You're going to tell me I'm worse than an ambulance chaser because I'm giving you free money? Stop
So
it.
you get paid 4% to give out free money?
Yes, ma'am. Do you know how many real estate agents? I never wanted to say it to my coaching clients, but do you know how many real estate agents I have brought on board? Do you know Pat Hayes?
Yeah.
Pat Hayes I work with in this, and many others.
Meaning these real estate agents have employees, because most don't.
No. They're just referral agents. So we work with, so on the back end, we work with the largest ERC accounting firm in the country. They've delivered over 4.2 billion, have done 7,500 transactions in 12 months. They're, Drew, the neurosurgeons in the ERC space. So we just refer them business. So shoot me a text if you want. I'll send you a link. You take a look at it, whatever. But yeah, I've written over 300,000 in commissions in 2 months. Not too shabby.
Wow.
Yeah, not too shabby.
But this is now not niching.
Well, listen, you know what? Right now, this is going to expire April 2025, and I don't give a shit if it's niched or not, but I'm looking to make $4.2 million in the next 20 some odd months.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes, Drew. Did you say wow or Bob?
I said, wow.
Yeah, that's good. So anyway, that's the deal for tonight. Do you guys want to go through anything else?
I do.
Go ahead.
One is my next campaign.
Yep.
I need to get my arms around it. I've set it up twice and it hasn't gone out twice. And so
Why?
the first one was a glitch in that the time was incorrect. It was at an hour that it couldn't go.
Okay.
The second one, Roy helped me with, and it still didn't go. Now I haven't gone back in there to look to see what went wrong.
You have enough credits?
Yeah,
Okay.
plenty there.
Uh-huh.
So do I just set a time with you, Bob, where we can swing back and look at that? Or do I go through Roy or what?
Yeah, that would be more Roy, Kel. That Roy or Lynette, that's kind of the back end. The back end, they could just help you with that.
Okay.
Right?
And then, so I did the first test on, in all fairness, it was on your list, so it wasn't a good list. At this point, I have basically all the realtors in Colorado that do over 3 million. So I have a far better list. And I haven't tested it against that. So that's what I need to do. I'm wondering about my message, which would be the next thing, but I probably need to do a real good test first.
You could test it and always send me the message and I'll listen to it.
And I have, it hasn't changed since you listened to it last.
Okay. All right.
So,
It's all about that's the big elephant in the room. It's the message.
okay.
You know,
Well, I'll give it a good test and
Remember
depending on the
what I
results will come back.
remember what I said in the beginning, it's the posture. It's the posture. That's the deal. So
Yeah.
especially today in what's going on in real estate with listings and so on, it's a good time to recruit. It's a good time to recruit. It certainly is.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
And Drew, if you're interested, I am hosting a wealth summit. I'm bringing in 6 top realtors from around the country
Yeah.
to just talk about what's going on in the market. How do we get a listing sold? Just tips and tricks, as well as the investment side, short-term, long-term rentals. Because it's hard. I know in our area, our prices are too high. You're welcome to sit in on that if you're interested in that.
That's
I would be.
Yeah, that's good.
What's a good email? I'll just send you the link to register.
I'll give you the quick one. It's Drew Half, DREWHAF
At AOL.
at AOL.
I knew that. I remember that. And
Short and sweet.
why don't you give Kelly your number, because she's going to send you a text as well.
Oh, I'm going to be on the list. It's 425-765-8200.
Okay. I'll send that off to you.
Great, thank you.
All right, guys, have a great week. And I'll see you next month. And I'm gonna send out the recording tomorrow. Wait, let me just stop this. Hold on, guys. Stay there. I was recording. Okay, I'll